Well, good morning, everybody, and you are very welcome to the International Master Course coming to you from the National Concert Hall, at least virtually from the National Concert Hall. And while we would very much love to be having all of these wonderful sessions in person, we are nonetheless delighted to be able to join you wherever you are in Ireland and indeed around the world to bring you a really entertaining and interesting and insightful program of events over this week. If you have been tuning in, you will be familiar with our schedule, but if you want to check out the schedule for the remainder of the week, please do so at our website, nch.ie. And we're very happy today to be presenting this Viola Masterclass with Máté Szücs. Máté, you are very welcome. I will just say a couple of things about the structure of this masterclass before handing over to our artistic director, Finghin. We have 3 participants in today's masterclass. Each one will have a session of approximately 40 minutes. Once we have had our first 2 participants, we will take a very short break, but please don't go too far, because after about 3 minutes, we'll return for our final participant, and the final participant will be followed by a short Q&A session. So if you have any questions that you would like to pose to Máté, during the masterclass, please do so via the chat facilities on our YouTube and Facebook pages, and we will relay them at the end of the session in the Q&A session. We hope you enjoy today's session, and I will now leave you with our artistic director, Finghin.
Thank you, Nigel, and good morning. It's a great pleasure to be here for day 2 of the National Concert Hall International Master Course, and it gives me great pleasure on behalf of Gwendolyn Masin, my co-artistic director. It gives me great pleasure to welcome my dear friend and colleague, the Hungarian violist Máté Szücs, to give our viola masterclass. Máté is a major player on the viola scene worldwide, having performed for many years as principal viola of the Berlin Philharmonic, now teaches in Geneva, has a major career as an award-winning soloist, chamber musician, and orchestral player. So Máté, you are so welcome, and thank you for being with us this morning, albeit in a virtual capacity.
Thank you very much.
This morning we have 3 participants, as Nigel mentioned. I'm going to very briefly introduce them and give you their repertoire. We're starting with Yuya Song, who is a postgraduate student in the Conservatorio della Svizzera Italiana in Switzerland, studying with Yuval Gottliebovich. They will present 2 movements from J.S. Bach's 5th Suite, the Sarabande and Jig. We will then have Lucy Varney, who's an undergraduate student at the Royal Irish Academy of Music in Dublin, with Rosalind Ventris and Claire Duff. She will play also 2 movements from Bach, the Prelude and Sarabande from Bach's 2nd Suite. And finally, we will have Fiachra de Hora, who is currently studying at the Conservatorium van Amsterdam, with Nabucco Imai and Marlijn Dispa. He will present Brahms, the Sonata in G major, opus 78, in a transcription by Thomas Riebel. So that is the running order for today. I wish you all a wonderful class. I thank you for joining us, and I'm handing over now to you, Máté. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Finghin. Thank you. Okay. Great. Hello there.
Hello.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
So I can call you Yuya.
Yuya.
Okay, great. So you can call me Máté. Please, let's say very easily. And you are playing from the 5th Suite. The Prelude.
Sorry?
From the 5th Suite you are playing.
I want to play in the 5. Number 5 suite with Bach, cello, cello solo.
Cello Suite, yes.
Yeah. And I want to learn the Bach Sarabande.
Sarabande. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
Just the piece is very more dessert, so I want to learning.
I am trying to get the score. Just give me 1 second. I am taking my score so I can follow up in the score. So. Okay. Then we can go on. All right. So, what kind of A do you have?
The G written.
Okay. So you tune down. All right. Fine. Okay. So let's please go on with Saraband, and I will listen.
Right.
Very beautiful. Very beautiful. Nice. Bravo. I can see more, not really a problem of your talent and your musicality. It's very beautiful. So there's not really much to say. Few things about tempo holdings and maybe polyphonic ideas like high voice and low voice to separate it more. This would be probably the first thing musically that I would like to ask you, so that there is two different voice instead of like the romantic idea of everything is together, yeah. And if you start a very slow tempo, then in the second half it's much faster. It was a different tempo a little bit. So I would have in my mind what was the original tempo of your choice, and of course you can be a little bit more animando, but take care how much you go in, and that it stays as you want, Baroque style. Yes?
Yes.
So this would be my first idea. Concerning your body language, I could see a little bit that you are struggling with breathing. Do I see it well?
Yes, sometimes it's a little strange for the speech for me to
Yes,
not
yes, yes. So, I was writing my PhD dissertation about breathing, the role of breathing, because I was also asking myself, in your age and younger, why do I feel so uncomfortable? Meanwhile, playing viola, nobody really talks about or didn't talk about before how to survive breathing-wise playing the viola. And then I started to look around, like how can you breathe meanwhile moving? And then I found things like yoga or tai chi, different meditational exercises, which is related special movements with breathing. And then I thought, but why not to combine breathing with viola? So I would like to go actually in this few minutes that we have more in this, like how can you feel more comfortable on the viola? Because I think your musicality is actually very good. Of course, there are minor things to say, but in general, this is great. And your seriosity also. So what I would like to add is more how you breathe. So just want to explain shortly my idea about breathing on the viola. We are symmetrical creatures, which means that we have two hands, two lungs, two eyes. If you would put a mirror here, it's quite symmetrical, right?
Yes.
So, also during viola playing, we are having certain movements like bowings and, other things. So let's try to find how to do our movements symmetrical. So when you do a down bow, it means that you are opening your hand. It means you are opening your chest somehow. And when you want to do that symmetrical, you should also kind of open the other half of your body. You see the left. So when you do a down bow, it's actually an opening chest. And then the same, yeah, and then the same is a closing. So and of course, very logically, how you breathe with this is clear. With the opening, you are inhaling, and with the closing, you are exhaling. Can you try that? Yes. Now the secret is that the breathing is initiating the movement. So if you start to breathe in a certain slow speed, like you were planning to move your bow speed, then the bow is not making any tension anymore, because you are actually breathing in the speed like you want to pull the bow. So I start to inhale just before it goes on, and then the bow is reacting on my breathing. Slowly exhaling, and by the way, closing my chest and exhaling until I can exhale, until I reach the frog of the bow. Yes. Yes. So this is the idea, is what the Tai Chi is offering, for example. By slow breathing, slowing down your breathing, or inhaling 5 seconds, exhaling 5 seconds. This is lowering the stress and increasing the concentration. And it's very good, actually, because you are finally breathing like you move. I think this was a kind of... You're okay?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Long breath.
So I know, especially those pupils and those students who are meeting the first time with this, they having coughing problems and fainting a bit because all that air which is suddenly reaching into your body is making you dizzy. And it's a very strange new feeling. But the good thing is that meanwhile breathing, you can't be really tensed. It's very hard to inhale tensely or to exhale tensely. So it has a very, very good effect on your body, first of all. And by the way, it has also a very good effect on the music. So I will demonstrate you a little bit. When you start the piece, you have to first go to the frog. So you want, because you are starting down bow. I saw. It means that first of all you have to close your chest. But to able to close your chest, you have to think on exhaling. It's like a balloon which is depressurized. And by the way, I go to the place where I want to start. It was no problem because I didn't make any sudden movement before. It's the preparation to this slow piece. Very, very important that it's not like sudden movements that's all stressing. And if you don't give time to your autonomic system by slow breathing, if you're not calming down your nerve system, your body stays tensed. And when it's tensed, it's very hard to play untensed. And this is what I saw on your playing, is that you are struggling with, you want to relax during the piece because you need it, but you don't really know how to do it. Yes, and this is most of students' problem. We have a stress situation during a performance, so we are already tense because of that. Yeah, and try now, please, that when you try whatever you do movement with your body, you are not forcing this movement. You are not doing the movement by willing to do it, but always try to follow your breathing speed. So you exhale as it feels comfortable. And with this speed, you prepare the first position. So before you start the piece, you are completely exhaled and relaxed. And then you slowly start to inhale like you want to pull the bow. And now exhale. Inhale. Inhale. Exhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. It's like a Tai Chi exercise, but we are doing with Viola. Yeah? It's like totally to relax. Yes, you are. Imagine that you are in a spa just after the masterclass, enjoying your free time, and you are able to relax your body. You don't force your body. You don't do things with your body which you are not ready for. Because when this happens, the body is reacting with tension, and the tension is very hard to control. All right, so I would like now that every of your movement is based on your slow and controlled breathing speed. Try that.
Yeah. And may I ask one question for
Please.
breathe? Breathing very important. But breathe and in your heart to desert the music. Which one is more control the whole body?
Yes, this is actually the whole problematic with breathing, is that people are breathing like the music requires and not like the body requires. This is the whole problematic. It's a very, very good question which you were actually asking. So I am supposing, and also my experience showed that when I am when I'm treating well my body and I'm giving my body what my body needs, basically calmness, enough oxygen, not too much high blood pressure, and just keeping calm and balanced. That is helping me to think clearly and focus better. And it doesn't mean that I cannot feel any music or make any other structures, musical structures, because we have three systems. You have to understand that we have the brain, which is the consciousness and deciding things, planning things. Then we have the limbic system here, heart, which is for the feelings. And then in our belly, yes, there we have the autonomic system, which is keeping us alive. And the problem is that when we are in stress situation, we tend to cut off feelings and autonomic system. So we are only working with 33% here, the brain. And we don't really, we underpress the other systems because it's disturbing, because there was not yet really a complete system to say how to combine all the three systems and use it for our viola playing. And what I'm trying to suggest you is that first you try to open the possibility to feel and to be well, basically, meanwhile you play viola. And not focus on the music in the way that you cannot care about your well-being. It's possible to inhale and exhale emotionally. It depends what your feeling is. The only difference is between the way you did is that it's important when you do it and with which speed you do it. You have to try to synchronize it with your body, the breathing. And actually, when you do that, it feels 3 times more powerful than before, because you don't have to fight actually with those systems which you let out from the game. Yeah?
Understand.
Okay.
Thanks.
So this, please try the first four bars. That's enough. Okay. So sorry, Yuya, look, Yuya. This kind of movement would require this kind of breathing, right?
Yeah.
So the first thing that I would like to ask you is have the breathing as a major engine. If the breathing is calmly exhaling, then it's followed up by your calm movement, which is preparing your first note. Yeah, very important. If you do very speedy movements, that's not in synchron with your calm breathing. Yeah, focus on your calm breathing so you are calm and can be open for the piece. Try again. Okay, yes, so inhale, 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 exhale. You have to feel the inhale is like in the morning you stretch, like that's an inhale. Inhale is not something which is tensing you. Inhale is more feeling like a very good, comfortable stretch. In the morning, you wake up and you inhale. And then exhale after to feel relaxed and warm. Yeah. So this is this kind of breathing that we need. Deep and calm and breathe to feel good.
Understand.
Okay, try again. Yes, nice. Exactly. How does this feel?
In fact, I will to more to suitable this breath, because before in my how do you say the first tone is two it's a, but now I will to inside.
Yes, you have to. Yes, this is the habit, the tradition. Most of people. So, but if you see that physical way, you know, it's like I would do a movement like this, and I would inhale and exhale.
Ah, okay.
It's very unlogical because you are inhaling when you are closing your chest.
Ah.
And yes, normally. This is the tradition.
Ah.
Why? Because this is the tradition of violin, viola, and many playing. It's because in the Middle Age, people were holding completely different instruments, and actually it comes from singing, yes, but nobody really achieved, I think, as I know, to reform that breathing and adjust it to the modern violin and viola playing, which is fixed here. We are fixed here. So you know, you're not free with your neck. You have to hold your instrument to able to hang your hands, to able to have to use the hand weight. Yeah, all that thing was before this, and easy pieces like Bach, no problem. But since then, many things developed and getting more complicated. So I think it's time to fix also our body,
Yeah.
And try to synchronize it better with the music making.
Yeah, I see. So like this.
Exhale and inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Inhale. Yes, much better. Yes. And also because the breathing cannot be unnatural. The breathing is coming from our autonomic system. It's very basic. The breathing is also existing when you sleep and when you are unconscious. Yes, it's just always there to keep us alive and keep the airflow. It means that it's a very natural, and by this a very organic, one of the most organic thing, because we are not creating with our artificial brain. Like our world is quite artificial, right? There's not much to do with nature these days. And but this breathing, we need it, so we keep it, and imagine that the breathing would be the center of your viola playing. It would make also the musical things much more natural, simply because there are certain timings and certain movements impossible when you are synchronizing with your breathing, which is protecting you from doing unnatural things.
Yeah, that's a very good idea.
Yeah, this is the basic idea behind breathing.
Yes.
And since I'm trying this since 20 years and developing it all the time, I can confirm you that it helps you not only with music, but also in stress situations like auditions, concert situations. And it allows us to have better contact with public, not only with the music. So there is not many negative sides of it. With other words, the only negative side that our tradition is just the opposite. If there is anything about breathing, is this. So that's our tradition, which, if you think about logically, is very tension, because when you inhale and you squeeze yourself together, you create tension. It's like you are a balloon which is inflating, the balloon is getting bigger, but you are pressing the balloon at the same time together.
Yeah, I understand. It's cleaning.
That's very big tension. And that's this first tension before you start.
It's very nervous.
Very nervous, very tension. And then you have to start the first note.
Yeah.
Instead of that, my idea is just the opposite. You relax before the first note. You relax. And when you relax, then you are able to finally use your hand weight.
Yes.
And
Right.
once you use your hand weight, you only need speed, bow speed. Hand weight, arm weight and bow speed. These two things we need.
Yes.
So you avoid pressing the viola. It's much better for without pressure. Artificial pressure. It's much better for the sound, and it's also much better for the projection.
Yes.
This is obvious, right?
It's a very good idea, Junior.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Yuya. I'm happy you like this idea. The only problem is that we are against the traditional flow, which makes the thing complicated, because most of the people are not doing that simply.
And could you to show me the breathe and with the frog, only frog to play frog and with your release other piece of everything.
Actually, people are also listening how you feel.
Yeah.
They don't only listen how good you play viola, but if they hear that you struggle with breathing, that you struggle with your well-being, meanwhile you play beautiful like you do, that's disturbing. It's not only disturbing you, but it's disturbing the experience to listen.
Yes. Yeah, I see.
Any question, please tell me.
And may I ask for I know you mean this genius idea and this frog, and may I ask when if we want to play very more articulation and for here also how to with the breath.
When we have smaller notes, you mean, for example?
No, I mean just is the articulation, maybe the line is more soft, but if
okay, yes, okay, that's the other question. It's a very interesting question again. When you have hand weight before you play, then it's like you have a pressure in the bottle, and then when I start, I press, I put down my hand weight before I play. And you have to imagine the beginning of the note like depressurizing, like a champagne opening. So it's, yes, before the tension is not a tension, it's your arm weight and your body weight on the viola and on the bow. And then you depressurize by starting to move.
I see. Yes, understand.
Yes. So this is also a new idea, because most of people, because they don't put the weight on the string, because they are full of air, so they are like this. And then they need to press. They need to press down. Meanwhile, the first note starts.
Understand.
What I do is like a ball which goes down to, this is earth. The ball goes down, and when it jumps up, this is the note. Pam, pam. And what most people do is pam, pam. They press in and they start.
On the cleaning.
Yes, so that's also a big difference.
Okay.
Actually, in my PhD, I'm writing 5 different points of order. The first order is exhale, if you want to start at the frog, or inhale, if you want to start at the top. So do the right breathing preparation to the right to the selected start. When you do that, that's the first step. The second step is when you arrive, you land. You put down the weight of you release your shoulders, release everything, so you feel the weight of your arms, both sides. This is second step. It means that you are relaxed, no tension. It is the right pressure compared to the holding. If you are open, then you are full of air, so it's the right pressure. It's, you know, if you are, for example, open, but you are exhaled, it's an under pressure, so you have to hold with muscle your open arms, because here there is nothing. So what is very important, that the pressure here inside is according to your situation. Open or closed, what is it? Or it's half open or half closed, then it's half full. Yeah. So that's very important, that the pressure here is not different than your position.
Yes.
Okay. So okay, it's very physiological that I am approaching this thing. So okay, so you are here. We are at the second stage, second step. No, the third step is that you are, if you play, for example, something which allows vibrato, then you start the vibrato, because the vibrato has to start before the note if you vibrate something. In some pieces, not in every. For example, here is not necessary. So the third step, vibrato, is an option. The fourth step is to start the breathing. So if you are at the frog, you start to inhale as you want to start the bow speed. And meanwhile you do that, the chest is growing, opening, and the hands are getting wider. So automatically the first note starts down bow, but not because you play down bow from your muscle.
Yes.
It's because you inhale, and by the way, down bow starts. So there is not any tension, there is no any forcing, and it's just automatically green energy. The green energy means that the breathing, but which you do anyway, and it's our strongest muscle because it's lifetime, all the time on. It's not tiring. This gets the initiation and the engine for all your movements. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
very good.
I'm very happy you understand. So do you want to try the first 4 bar in this sense? And please, now the new idea is that you plan your breathing speed. If you want to do a da, da, di, then you start to inhale slowly and then faster and faster until here. This is faster inhale, and then again slower inhale. And exhale. Again. So breathe like you want to pull the bow. Yuya. It's very important that before you start, relax. Arrive on the string. Yes. Okay, Yuya, it's great. It's just try now that before you start the note, put on the string, and then and not.
Yes.
I am arriving to the string. I'm on the string, and then inhale. Yes, always start from the string, because if you don't start from the string or not entirely, you cannot start with your natural hand weight. So you have to press down. Yes, okay. And the last thing is that please, your breathing should start a little bit before the movement. Just very slowly before. Bravo, that's fantastic. Yes, yes. You feel it's much more organic.
Thanks. But a little hard, a long time to inside and to.
Yes. So what I suggest you is that when you don't play viola, try to practice just without viola. 5-second inhale, 5-second hold, 5-second exhale, 5-second hold.
Yes.
This is the basic of yoga breathing. And if you can do that, then you will not have problem, because most of the piece is not longer than 5 seconds, one bow. Yes.
Understand. So this breath don't like the canto, don't like the singer because the singer.
Yes, the singer is only exhaling, but we are inhaling too.
Very slowly.
Yes, because we have also up bow. We don't only have down bow, you know.
Understand.
So the two thing is very, very new, is that is inhale and exhale as important.
Yes.
And speed is very important. The speed, the breathing speed should be like the bow speed.
Yes.
And the bow speed cannot be different than your breathing speed, because then it's not in synchron.
Yes.
And you have to, with other words, control your breathing and plan, make a structure of your breathing. That will allow you to use much more complete your body and your feelings.
Yes, understand.
Okay. And now the last thing is that you have to able to remain straight, because now I'm asking you to use a lot of hand weight,
Yes.
which is pulling your body forwards. So when you play viola, stay straight, like sit into your legs somehow. Yes, this yoga standing a little bit. And your shoulders are all time relaxed and staying. Also, when you inhale, you are not getting tense. It's not inhale up, but inhale to your belly. Inhale that all this here is just stretching and calm, like a good massage.
Understand.
Yeah. Your well-being is from now on, I hope, the center of your playing, which will allow you to even play much better than you do.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
Okay, understand.
Okay. Okay, I think this is our time, which is just done. Thank you very much for your attention, dear Yuya.
Thank you very much, Máté and Yuya, and a very interesting session on something I think that is probably we could benefit from being taught much more. So thank you, Máté. A very enlightening session, and one I enjoyed very much. And thank you, Yuya, for joining us. And I know you're going to stay on the call for the question and answer session at the end of the masterclass. So just to remind everybody that we will have one more participant, and then we will have a short break of about 3 minutes, and then we will return with our third and final participant, after which we will have a short question and answer session. So if you do have any questions for Máté, please drop them into our YouTube and Facebook chat boxes, and we will relay them to Máté at the end of the masterclass. So we will move on, and if I'd like to invite our second participant, Lucy Varney. If Lucy is there, please go ahead and switch on your camera and microphone. There you are, Lucy. Great. Finghin has already introduced you, Lucy, so it's great that you're here to join us. And Máté, I will leave you and Lucy for the session, and I hope that it goes very well, and I will see you after just to change over to the break. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, Lucy.
Hi, how are you?
How are you? Nice to see you. So tell me just shortly a little bit about yourself, where you study and how.
So I study at the Royal Irish Academy of Music. So I'm going into third year, and I study with Rosalind Ventris. And yeah, I take second study historical performance. So I'm really enjoying studying Bach, things like that.
Nice, nice. And how long are you playing the viola? Did you always play viola, or were you a violinist before?
No, I changed about a year and a half ago. When I came into first year in college, fell in love with the sound.
And may I ask, what was your initiation? What was the fact that you changed? What do you like so much about viola, or what was it?
The sound, the C string. I just felt like it suited me more. I just really enjoy the colors I can express from the viola.
Wonderful. Yes, it's a color instrument indeed. Indeed, this is mostly the nice reason. Great. So you will play this from the second suite, right?
Yeah. Let's start with the prelude. Is that okay?
Just a moment. I have to open it. Second suite. And which was it that you played?
If we could start with the prelude.
Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, yes. I'm here for you. Okay. Just may I have your A?
Oh yeah.
Okay, Lucy, please go on. Great. Very nice also. Here, actually, also, I would like to say that if you would add your body to what you do, it would be even much more strong. Because the ideas that you do is great, but it always feels that there is not enough time. Like you don't give enough time. Like this is, don't even have to. What I would like to hear is that your body rests and really stops for a moment, and if it's physiologically not referring what you do, is however good you play is not enough authentic. How to say? It's great, but somehow it feels like in a very beautiful box. It's somehow stays limited.
Yeah.
And this is, I guess, that you also feel when you play. It's great, but somehow the viola is in the way a little bit.
Yes, exactly.
Hmm?
The technique gets in the way of the musicality.
Yeah, though you are very maximalist and it's very good intonation, and everything is picobello. This is not something that we need just basic things to look at. But what I would like is that you try now to play it in a free tempo. So don't have this pressure on you that it has to be a certain tempo, because I mean, who can know that Bach, what was the original idea of Bach? Nobody can time travel, as we know, yet, and we are trying to figure out what could it be, and what are the reference recordings? Those who are convincing, but what can be convincing? Now we are getting to the subject. As I told already to Yuya, we have three different systems, and those people who somehow figure out instinctively or not instinctively, but somehow figure how to combine all that three motors. Imagine that you are in the latest Tesla, which has 3 electric motors, and it's going faster than any other conventional car because it has 3 different engines. So human is also like that. Because we are living in a very complicated and very rapid world, we don't really have time to live our feelings inside of that narrow society and time schedule what we have. We have to wake up, we have to do this, we have to do that, catch the bus, be there, open up, like machines. Okay, and you are a younger generation, so for you it's even harder to imagine that there have been a time before the digital world, where and even there have been a time before the cars, so people were traveling with horses and this kind of post cars, days and days or weeks and weeks from one place to another. And what is so strange is that it's like they would have needed so much more time to communicate or to travel, but they did much more than we can do today. Why is that? You see? So somehow it's not logical things. The answer is that we are losing our natural senses, because everything is digitalized, and we feel the need also to be digital, perfect, like digital, like everything would be just picobello. But it's from art and from music, we can never miss out ourselves, because it's actually you, Lucy, your feelings and your perspective, which is the most interesting for the people. It's much more interesting than what Bach wrote. Bach wrote a fantastic piece, but how you play Bach is what people want to hear, because that's unique. There is only one time in the whole galaxy and the whole universe, Lucy, you, only you, yeah? And this is very important to know. And compared to that, we have to find the way that you can access you don't leave out your body from your playing. So when you play, you're focusing on tempo instead of I don't know if you're, it's very hard to explain what I mean.
I think I understand.
What I would like you in the first instant is forget about tempo. Just give enough time to your musicality and to your movements. Don't do anything faster or slower or anything than you actually feel or wish. Yeah, it's very hard because when we are so used to force ourselves for everything, yeah, we are so used to have 3 size smaller shoes than actually we need, and we are used to our leg is looking like this, and Quasimodo is trying to go, yeah. So, but what I suggest is take off your shoes and trust that your behind the shoes, your leg is much more beautiful than the shoes that you are wearing, and it's too small. Okay. This is where it starts from. Become a student, an artist. Is where you understand that, of course, teachers cannot teach you differently than in a box. They have to pull your childish freedom into structures, and structures are strict and small and tiny. And when you learn to survive that and to live in it, then the next thing that we have to learn is to leave all that and use it freely. Yeah. So this is the step that every student has to make to become an artist. So do what you did, but do it as a free person. Not very philosophical, but then I will try to explain you also detail-wise how you can do that. Yeah. Let's see how you in the first instant are able to try that. Much better already, much better. Now I see very many movements which I don't really understand why you do. It's like you would have a choreography on your viola playing. You know, the Hungarian violin school, which is coming from Leopold Auer, which one of the first 19th century teachers, you know, says that try to move only what you need. Yeah, and try to cut off all the movements which actually you don't need, but you do it as a compensation of some kind of tension or, you know. So when you're able to just do what requires. And here I slow down my bow, and this speed I have to give over to this. Very important also that the music is like a flow line, like a flow feeling. Flow feeling means that it's all the time on, and there are no interruptions. Sudden changing of speed is also an interruption, which is disturbing. So if you do ta ta di di, it can get an accent on the first note, which is going on after the long note.
Yeah.
My teacher was always telling me, you have to prepare everything, not only changes of string or changes of position, but also changes of the rhythm. So if you have very long note, then the first short note cannot be too short, but it has to be a little bit in between very short and very long, the first short one. Yeah, so it's a kind of bridge, because people need time to change. If you're so try to imagine music like it's in your hand, a very small elastic rope, and you are pulling it. So that it's never doing sudden movements with it. Yeah, can you do that again? And by this, also your body language should be minimalist. Yeah, when I see that your body moves more than you play viola, that feels like you're compensating something. When I see that your body is moving, but calmly and continuously and you know, organically. Organic means that there is nothing sudden, nothing unexpected. Just you know, it's waving, it's calming, it's balancing. Okay, let's try that. Okay. And now I can see that it's very hard for you to prepare the first note. How do you think that you can prepare a movement?
But I try to hear it in my head and to breathe before.
Okay, but you know, to start a movement, you already have to move before. So what I do is, I don't know if you were following up my first lesson. Did you watch it? The first lesson that I gave.
I saw part of it, yeah.
Okay. So because I was explaining to the first student, Yuya, about breathing, is that we are symmetrical, and when we approach to the frog, we are actually closing our chest. So to close our chest, we need to exhale to get out the air so that we can close our chest. Yeah, what you do is you're doing inhaling. And you also do a movement like that. And what I do, exhale. Don't go around the city to get into the center again. But from the outside of the city, I go into the center on the shortest way. When you inhale, meanwhile, this preparation, then you do this. Okay? I exhale, shortest way. And because I'm exhaled, I can even put my hand and my bow on the viola. And when I do that, I'm relaxed. I'm exhaled. I'm not holding my hand in the air, it's on it. And then I start inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And you see that all the timings feels authentic because it's based on my breathing. And I cannot force my breathing except when I have a breathing illness. But if I'm not ill breathing wise, if I'm a healthy person, can breathe in and X without problem, then I cannot force it. It's like both are feeling very relaxed. So what I would like you to do now is all down bow, try inhale, all up bow, try exhale, and do it very slowly. When you do the first preparation already, exhale. Put down the bow and then inhale. No, exhale, exhale, because you are closing your chest. Exhale, exhale, exhale. No, sorry, I'm sorry, Lucy, maybe you don't understand well. Exhale before you start. Exhale by the preparation. The preparation, during the preparation, you exhale. And
Okay.
when you inhale. The preparation is a closing chest. No, you put your hand before you exhale. What I would like is that you exhale, and during your exhale, you put your hand.
Okay, so during.
So first is the breathing, and second is what is the result of the breathing.
Okay.
It's a very big difference, because this is what people don't do. This is why they force our lives. If you don't care about your body, you just do things without thinking, without feeling, without breathing, right? This is like, slave of our lives. This is why we become, by the time of our life, frustrated. This is really my concern. So, but how can we stop that procedure? We don't have to quit life, we can do things like we did, but we have to integrate our body, our breathing, and by this our feelings with our life. And don't be afraid that that this is not possible, because it is possible. Yes.
So sorry, exhale and then place the down.
Once you understand why do you do this, then it will be not difficult anymore. You do a movement like that. This movement, as you see, I'm closing. So, in able to do that, I have to release air from here. And when I am released, I also put my bow on the viola. I'm not holding above the string. Exhale and put it on. Put on and relax your shoulders. Yeah. And now start to inhale slowly, like you want to pull the bow. Inhale. Exhale. Exhale. Exhale, exhale. Yes. Okay.
Probably couldn't have played so slow.
Yeah, no problem. Don't worry about it. It's great. It's great. You see, it's very new.
Yeah.
But it feels suddenly totally different. The sound you produce is different. The feeling that you have is different. Try again. And try now only to focus on one thing, is that you don't do any movement without thinking about how you breathe, which speed and which direction. And you have to know every movement has two choices, or it's going opening your chest or it's closing your chest, one of the two. So when it's opening your chest, you have to inhale. So by the inhalation, it's like a hybrid car. It takes a lot of energy over by you just breathe. And by the way, you also pull a little bit your bow, but mostly you breathe, because when you breathe, you open your chest, you open your arms, and it's already a down bow for itself. And you pull a little bit your bow. So what I would like is that it's more than 50% green energy, what you do. Yeah, this is the thing, because when it becomes like that, it feels much more natural, and by this much more organic.
Yes.
Less plastic, less brain, and more body.
Yes. Yeah.
Right? Okay. Remember, if you don't prepare well, it's very hard to start. So
Yeah.
so observe how you prepare, what kind of movement you want to do with your preparation, and when you know that, then plan how you breathe. So you're full of air now. I want to go to the frog. This is the plan. Okay, how do I do this? I start to exhale. This is first. Great. Inhale. Stop inhaling. Start exhaling. Stop exhaling. Start inhaling. Stop inhaling and start exhaling. Stop exhaling. Start inhaling. Stop inhaling. Start exhaling. Stop exhaling. Start inhaling. Stop inhaling. Start exhaling. Yeah, so this is how it goes. Always the breathing before the change of the hand or the arm or the bowing. Everything starts with you, with your body and with your well-being. Because if it's like that, people sense that you are not struggling and suffering while playing. They don't think that viola is too big. You play all the time like this. But this is happening because you forget to exhale. There's always a bubble here, an air, and you're trying to get around this stiff balloon which you create by not using your breathing correctly. You're just, people are speaking so much about how to play viola here and blah blah blah, but how much do they speak about how to feel good meanwhile viola playing? Not much, huh?
No.
This is like your private business. If you are talented or if you are genius, then it goes. If not, yeah, it's kind of like that. Because nobody really took the time, figured it, or it was just too big mountain in front. So people just pushing it forwards like, it's not my concern, If the last 300 years, nobody really talked about it, nobody really could solve it. If it was fine for David Oistrakh, if it was fine for Yehudi Menuhin, then fine, should be fine for us. Well, who are we? It's very nice excuses. Yeah. But
Yeah.
who thinks about you and the new generation and those people who are keeping suffering with this? It was enough for my generation and my teacher's generation to suffer with this stuff. So I think it's time to change that. And I'm not saying anything illogical. Yeah. Okay, you understand immediately what I'm talking about. It's another thing how to go against our habits which are not helping, because of course a lot of habits and traditions of viola and violin playing are great, but there are a few which need to be reset, rethought, and reformed. Right?
Yeah.
And those things, like how you combine your body with your instrument. And the solution is not like, after you practice 2 hours and you have pain, you go to the kinesist or to the fitness room or you take a walk. That's not the solution. The solution is to try to eliminate all that problem, so we don't need to do that after.
Yes.
All right? Good. So try again and try in any speed. Just very important that you don't move or don't do anything which is uncomfortable for you or sudden. Okay?
Yeah.
And exhale is really important, as inhale. Try to exhale slowly and deeply, not only inhale. So this is closing. Okay, Lucy, this is also something very important. You have to see viola as a symmetrical instrument. Symmetrical. Many people are playing like this. They play. but symmetrical means here is center. So if you are willing to do a down bow, then the viola has to also do a symmetrical movement somehow. Of course, not as big and not as, but somehow referring to the symmetry, and not this. But why? Because only by the symmetrical movement we are able to breathe. By this, it's much more poor, the sound, than this. Look. Or I do now.
See, more
Open, close,
yeah.
and then close. Also close. Up bow is a closing. Open, close. Yes. Exhale to prepare. Exhale, 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 exhale. Do I see?
Oh, you can't see me, or
Do I see? No, I just would like to ask you. Do I see well that you are not that you are taking up your viola a little bit when you play? Is it like that? The viola is always hanging like this, and when you put your viola, your hand on the viola is also hanging. So. We need your arm weights. That you are not pushing up your viola meanwhile playing, because you inhale or whatever. The inhalation should be like a stretch in the morning. It's to the side and more. It's more down. So I'm asking you for the first note to inhale. Second note exhale. Third note inhale. And so on. Great. Put it on the... Sorry, great. My teacher was asking me that I was playing like this with my eyes. Like, is there a spider there? Very, very important. Very, very important that your eyes is always there where you play. You can look here, you can look here, you can look to the score, but not away, or not. Don't close your eyes, because that's a sign of not able to go with it, with the conflict. Yes. So stay open with your eyes and look there what you do. Please try again.
Oh, sorry.
Don't worry. Exhale. Exhale still. Exhale still. Okay. So, and what I would like is that you are not moving because you are articulate with your bow. You are articulate with your bow and you are moving with your whole body. You can also do. Yes.
Have you any advice on how to work on separating my body movements from the playing?
Yes, the only advice is that I can tell you is focus on your breathing. When you don't focus on your breathing, then you're focusing instead of that on the articulation. So everything, all your body language and everything is following up what you focus on. But if I focus on the breathing, your well-being breathing. Just try it last time from the third bar, okay? And also remember symmetrical movement, opening and closing. Yes. Exhale, exhale, because it's a closing.
Yeah.
It's closing chest. Closing. Yes, that's it. That's it. It's a very long progress. I also suggest you, like the other student, that you should try to focus on your breathing also when you don't play viola. Try to, for example, this basic exercise that you inhale 5 seconds, continuously inhale, you're full of air, you keep 5 seconds, and you exhale 5 seconds really deeply. And meanwhile, you feel the relaxation. When you inhale, you feel the stretch. You don't feel tension. You inhale and you feel peace and the stretch. No tension in your muscles, in your shoulders. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much. I really like that. It's given me a lot to think about.
Okay, so I'm sorry. This is a shocking new information, but it will help you proceed and use more optimal your viola playing and your body with it.
So, yes, I love it. Making it more natural and human.
Exactly. Also more natural music-wise. Not only feeling better, but it will be very good for the music. Just don't just think that exhale is as important as inhale. Yeah.
Mm.
And both inhale and exhale is a very comfortable feeling. So, all right.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lucy, and thank you again, Máté. A lot to take on board there, and to put into practice over the months and years ahead, no doubt. We are going to take a very short break now. Before we do, I'd just like to remind those of you watching that if you have any questions for Máté, please put them into the chat functions of our YouTube and Facebook channels, and we will relay them to Máté at the end of the session after our third participant. So right now we're going to take a break of literally just 3 minutes. So please don't go away, or please go away and come back very quickly. And we will be having our third and final participant, Fiachra de Hora, when we return. So thank you, and we will be back with you very shortly.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back, folks, and thank you for joining us for the third and final participant in this morning's Viola Masterclass with Máté Szücs. Fiachra de Hora, if Fiachra is there, Fiachra, would you like to switch on your camera? Hello, Fiachra, how are you?
Yes, hello.
Okay, good. So Fiachra, I think we'll allow you to introduce yourself in a minute or two. I'd just like to remind everybody watching that we will have a question and answer session after this final participants. So if you have any questions, please put them into our YouTube or Facebook chat, and we will relay them to Máté after the masterclass. Okay, Máté, Fiachra, I will leave you to it, and I will see you again at the end of this session.
Thank you very much. Hello, good
Hi.
morning.
How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
Yeah, I'm good. Good.
It's nice. You are playing sonata, which is unusual a little bit for viola,
Yeah,
but it's a very beautiful one.
absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, did you play actually the other viola sonatas already, or how this idea came up?
Yeah. Well, I played the other two Brahms sonatas, and
And you felt like continuing with Brahms a little bit.
yeah, you see how it works on the viola anyway, because it's beautiful music. Eh?
Absolutely, great. So let's start immediately. If we are not so much having so much time, but the piece is long. So can you give me your A?
Yep.
All right, I'm listening. Please. nice. Bravo. I could listen this all day. Very nice. Fantastic. So it seems like you are having a good time. Doesn't really feel like there is any problem that you are struggling with. Do I see it well?
Yeah, I'm pretty relaxed actually this morning. That's good.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good. I mean, it's beautiful sound, nice structure. So there's nothing really that I can add to that. Vivace, manon troppo, all these things and long phrases could be a discussion a little bit. How is the tempo? But it's a viola version, so it's actually great. But the only thing that I could actually talk about is the long phrase.
Yeah, okay.
Because I think that your playing is more focused on beautiful details and short roundings, like like this, like it could be finished, but then also could be finished. So it's all very nice. It's like almost too relaxed.
Yeah, okay.
And that's the only thing that I could just maybe try once. That it's big line, like goes on. And this is actually the first crescendo decrescendo, or the first this, that this we could maybe try to little bit longer structures and more simple structures, and that nothing really change in dynamic, but still you make colors, and more and classical more in the sense of long phrase.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Then let's try this in the beginning. But like I said, it's great. It's really good. So these are just small details. I'm sorry. It's very hard to judge through the internet and digital how is the actual dynamic. But I had the impression that it's that you play it like that. And if I think on long phrase, maybe I would think more like more mezzo, this mezza voce, and then everything stays. Let's try once that everything stays kind of piano and underground, and very excited but whispering. And because there will be enough moments where you can let it go. You see?
Yeah.
These are just small details. We live in a very now and immediately world. That everything what we have, maybe in 5 seconds you have to have a top point and everything. So, and this is from the last centuries. Yes. So it has a totally different structure and time schedule. Yeah. And this I could suggest you that you don't start immediately with an incredible, beautiful something. That you start the piece like it's nothing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It is just actually it's more musical ideas that now we talk about.
Yeah.
Yes, that's great. That's great. And now, somebody very wise told me one time that many people can start beautiful things, but not many people can end beautiful things. Which means that the last notes are the one where it comes out how good somebody is.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you do with this note? And then, and with this one, and with this one. How you end it? How long? Does it go somewhere? No. What is it? Yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Is it possible? Is it possible that you keep all your qualities and you're a little bit concentrating on those notes, which are kind of last notes before a break or before a,
Mm-hmm.
Can we try that? To see that there is a connection between the re, mi, sol, a little bit more in the big, that I can feel this bigger line inside. Can you try that? That's beautiful. Yes, exactly. But why is this so difficult? Why do you think that this is difficult? I don't know if you were following up that I was giving already 2 other students some lesson, and I was talking about the breathing. Mm-hmm. So when you do something like this, and you only use your hand, and you are not using your breathing, if you are using your breathing for the movement, in this case exhaling because it's closing the chest, inhale, exhale, it helps a lot in terms of connecting things and making it more organic connection. Yeah? I don't know, I didn't talk about breathing with you because it just works so well. But I was checking that you're not easily using this part of your bow somehow. Sometimes you use, so this is why I didn't say anything, because you are able to use. But I can feel if there is a problem, if there is any problem at all, then this can be, is that when you use this bow passage, you have to exhale more to give space.
Okay, yeah.
Exhale. It's by the exhaling, you are also making sure that your muscles are not getting tensed by not breathing or not doing the right. If it stays pressurized here, if there is a kind of different pressure than your position, body position is not helping the tension. Mm-hmm. So what I suggest is always try to breathe in the way that you are not making tension compared to what you do.
Okay.
All right. Try again and try to think a little bit how you breathe, and that will help you. Okay, great, bravo. I don't really want to be, it's so good everything, so we could leave it like that. But what we could also do is try, for example, in the 3rd, 4th bar to breathe like I suggest you. Exhale, inhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, 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 inhale. So every down bow is constantly inhaling in the speed of the bow. And every exhale is constantly exhaling in the speed of the bow. So it starts exhale, inhale, why would this be good? Because the last notes for me are powerless compared to. It starts so beautiful, this, and then it's getting much. Your last notes are getting, for me, from my perspective, a little bit powerless.
Yeah.
like it wouldn't be enough energy to continue. This is what was my first impression also, that instead of you see, because some notes are you are connecting so well, it's so beautiful, and some notes, because some other notes you connect so well, it's a pity that not everything.
Yeah.
So maybe we could work on that connection.
Yeah, that's good.
Helped by the breathing, like I explained you. What do you think if you would just start from the third bar, the third and the fourth bar only? Let's stay with this a little bit so it gets familiar what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's try that. Much better. Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yes. And after the last note, you still have to kind of so it starts with breathing and it ends with breathing. So and then, yeah. So not too early. Stop breathing. It's not easy because we need to able to breathe very deep and very long. So for this we need to have a little bit capacity more than usual, and also planning a little bit how long we can breathe and how. Yes. Try again, please. Bravo. And now try to connect these two bars in the way that we don't lose too much time. Yes, bravo. Yes, I think it's more sensual.
Yeah.
I don't know if you also feel so from your perspective.
Yeah. It helps a lot. Yeah.
It helps, right?
Yeah, it's another way to look at it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
This is what you were also looking for when you played it so beautiful in the first instant. This kind of long and infinite. Yes, actually, when you breathe always just a little bit before the change, then you guarantee an endless continuation. So the breathing should be endless. It should be like a spiral. So it's inhale, exhale. Always continue in the same direction. Many people experience breathing like in and back, in and back. But what I'm suggesting is in, out, in, in, and so it's a round. But because of the time, it's a spiral. It's never in the same row. It's just a little bit going like this. You see? It's like the universe, or it's like the DNA, right? So, what can be more organic form than a spiral? It's the base of the life that we know. All right. So let's do last time and see that when you do the first one, and now you turn, turn, every time you go and you turn, exhale. You stop, exhale, you turn, inhale. You stop, inhale, you turn, exhale. And this is the fact that you can assure that music never really stops. Like a good taxi driver who is so good that never really stops, just slowing down almost zero, but not zero, and then going on. And never doing something like when you slow down and suddenly you do like a sudden movement, because then the client behind breaks the neck. So it's also very important when you slow down your bow and your breathing, you have to go gradually back into another direction. And this requires a lot of strategy, a lot of structure, and a lot of planning. Right? Okay, if you could put this a little bit into your playing, I think it would make it even more smooth.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go on and then let's continue. So it starts with the preparation inhale. And then when you're ready, you put down the hand weights and then you exhale. And inhale. Exhale. Just like you did. You did actually, and then still up bow.
Yeah.
Then you keep on exhaling. So exhale, inhale, exhale, and keep on exhaling. Then you could do actually this idea on. Also, it's very nice if you somehow can continue the long note on.
Yeah.
Any idea to keep connecting between notes and don't let the phrase down. This is actually what we are looking for. What we practice is connection.
Yeah.
All right, again, take your time. Inhale before you start. So there is something to exhale. And don't play faster the bow as you breathe. It's beautiful. You know what you do with this? But if I do with breathing, look. You hear the difference? I do without breathing, and I do. I think this air is so important because it's without air. How can a sound fly? It flies in the air. So we need the chi, we need the air during the playing. This is why it's so important that when we don't breathe at all, we just do, actually we do a mechanic movement. Sounds also mechanic a bit.
Yeah.
Look, now my movement is based on my inhale and exhale. And I do that without breathing is you feel the sound is more hard.
Yeah.
Less colors, less beauty. And now? Try to make as many movement bowing as you can with breathing. Try to make the solution of playing with that you breathe with it. Yeah, I know it's very new. You are doing great. It takes ages until this goes into somebody, because first of all you have to really prove to yourself that this is better for the sound and better for the music. I mean, most of people are not convinced because it's better for them and for their well-being. This, that has been never important how you feel. Well, that's fine. If you are socialized like this, I can understand. But however, sooner or later, you will get frustrated and burned out and sick, become sick. Everybody, it's just a matter of time, when. So to avoid that, it's better, it's more clever to change and find a solution where you are not forcing yourself, and where even for the music is a better solution than if we don't let out our body from our playing, that's first of all much more comfortable. It feels better, and by the way, it's also for the sound is not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, try. Take your time, and maybe let's play from bar 5. Exhale, or you do it again down bow. Take your time. It's very complicated now because suddenly you have to think about how you breathe, which was never the fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very new, I know.
And then if you say you have like a line where if you have a line where it feels like the music is calling for like a breathing in or a breathing out, but you're doing something different with the bow, how would you?
Then you have to able to exhale like you would breathe in emotionally.
Yeah.
It's possible to exhale and inhale emotionally, but it's not the most important, I think, which direction you experience this.
Mm-hmm.
You can do is exactly the same, just vice versa.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't think that you need to sacrifice your feelings or the musical message because you breathe opposite.
Mm-hmm.
But it is very important that you don't ignore what your body requires.
Yeah.
Because if your body is sick, if your body is tense because your body is not getting enough air or not getting enough comfort, then, and you are trying to play comfortable. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
This is always the discussion. Why people breathe like they breathe is because they breathe like the music requires. This was also your first concern, which is actually very logical. We breathe like the music feels, like ta ta dee da dee dee, like you would sing it, right? But we are not singers. And physiologically, it's working different. We have down bow and up bow, and we have symmetrical movements. Why I'm saying symmetrical? Because our body is symmetrical. There are creatures on this earth asymmetrical. A few exist, but most of creatures on this earth are actually, if you would cut in half, you could put it on the other side. So it's very symmetrical. So you cannot. I believe that we symmetrical creatures like human, we cannot make unsymmetrical actions, because that's very, very uncomfortable, purely.
Yeah.
If this doesn't move and this moves, that's asymmetrical. This is doing something else than this. This part is stiff and fixed, and the other part is taking all the movement. Instead of this, I suggest you to help always the viola, also the bow. Of course, 5% moving here or 10% and 90% here, right? It's not symmetrical in the sense that you are moving as fast your viola as your bow.
Mm-hmm.
But somehow you have to sense the symmetrical idea.
Yeah.
Very, very slightly and not disturbingly.
Yeah.
But by not moving, you are also unable to breathe. If you freeze, it's zero. Zero is not neither of the directions. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is very important is keep on moving. Keep on moving. And when keep on moving is the most economical way is symmetrical, because symmetrical movement helps each other. When I do this and I do that, it helps. When I do this parallel, it's much more difficult. This is much easier, right?
Yeah.
It's like when you move, when you run, for example, you run like this. You don't run like this, right?
Yeah.
But there are a few things in viola playing and violin playing which are actually as unnatural as I would run like that. Unfortunately, you see. So this is my approach now, that finally we get a discussion in this, and any idea is welcome. Anybody who has questions, let's discuss. Let's see. And you know, I don't want to have right. I want that we talk about this and find a solution which is good for everyone.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is easing our playing, easing our stress situation, and the viola is not in the way at all, even less than it was.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Please try now for me from bar 5 with these ideas. And concentrate on your well-being. Because if you concentrate on your well-being, it will not make you a worse musician. Mm-hmm. This is I think also something very important to know. Is by having the right to feel good meanwhile playing, it doesn't mean that we will play less good.
Yeah, yeah.
In the contradiction, I think we will play even better. Mm-hmm. Right? Okay. So bar 5, please. Yes. Okay. So you do this. You are here, and then you have to retake your bow. I exhale a bit, and I inhale again. So the bow has to be like a barometer. It means that this is empty, half full, full. And if you do anything in your bow, in the position, you have to react with your long. Inhale all the time. No, exhale a bit. In. Sorry, I didn't play the piece yet. Okay? Please try. Yes, and give time to the turning around. So no, I hate us to turn. You don't give any time to the change. Give time, like when you drive a car on the highway, you go very fast, and you see in the far a curve approaching. Then you slow down your car until you arrive to the curve, and then you take the curve. Take the turn. You slow down in the turn so you don't fly out in the turn. And then when the turn is finished or finishing, then you give again speed. It's the same. It's like car driving, right? It's very similar. It's logical. Logical, so we keep alive meanwhile driving. Yeah? Don't do crazy things because it's very dangerous. Bravo, that was beautiful. Yes, bravo. So, but then inhale also. So don't only do it one side. But this is the thing, is inhalation and exhalation shouldn't matter which direction, because it also shouldn't matter if you do something up or down. You have to be able to do, but in your case, it's opposite. And why it's getting organic? Because you don't stop doing it. You're not leaving any space without your body. Mm-hmm. Don't let out your body, and don't make timings and solutions without your physical presence. Yeah?
Yeah.
It was great. Let's do last time. We have 5 minutes to go, and then we have to stop, unfortunately. But I'm happy that I could explain you a little bit, because you play so good viola, actually. I could also say there's nothing to say, great, bravo. But but if we talk about it, let's make those connections which are still could be better.
Yeah.
Yes, those last things that you are able really to take time on the last note. Yeah, you instinctively did a lot of very beautiful things, but it would be great if it would completely cover the piece.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Again, let's do it from bar 7 just simply, and then continue. Possible? Is it possible that you really use once your complete bow? You look, I'm here.
Oh, yeah.
And if you really exhale during up bow, it won't be a problem. Try it. Try it, please. Yes, bravo. Beautiful. Bravo. And also don't, I know it sounds like a freak, but if you do every time this, it's more rich than you would do just one time. Because you're a bit, come on, why would I do it every time? Because if you do it every time, it's even better. Try just like this, okay? From bar 11, and try every time to think about how you breathe, and you will see, you will gain more beautiful sound and more space for your bow. Yes, bravo. Yes, I know. It's very complicated, but you feel, huh? There is potential in it. You see, it's like between a very good TV and a 5K resolution. You know, both are great. It's enjoyable, but one has more, just simply more detail. Why? Because you are using your limbic and your autonomic system with, thanks to the breathing that you are initiating, you are using 100% of your 3 systems. Instead of just da da di, da da di 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 di. Yeah, it's a different approach. It's a different depths, and it's better for the music. And by the way, it's better for you personally, for your well-being and for your physics.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. I'm sorry, 40 minutes is not much, but thank you for your attention. Thank you for your patience.
Yeah,
it's great. You're doing great. So congratulations.
Thanks a lot. See you.
Thank you very much, Máté, and thank you, Fiachra. Again, a very enjoyable and interesting session. Thank you. So that concludes the playing part of this morning's masterclass. So Máté, thank you so much for such insight into the playing of all of our 3 participants. And at this point, I'd like to invite our participants, if they'd like to come back and just switch on their cameras and mics. And what we will do with our question and answer session is we typically start off with any questions from our participants and see if they have any. Of course, we can only do that if they return. Here, hi Lucy, how are you? And is Fiachra and Yuya there? If you'd like to switch back on your mics and cameras, that would be great. Okay, so Yuya will presumably be with us in a minute, but we might then start with you, Lucy, if that's okay. Oh, Yuya, hey, hi, you're back. Yuya, just we'll take the questions in the order that people played. So Yuya, I wonder, have you a question that you would like to ask Máté in conclusion?
Yes, thanks. Thanks, you have. May I ask just this breathe and in our breathing system to play is different with a canto, the finger, right? Because I think when if we are a singer, first when I to play first I need to breathe very fast to prepare the power and to sing.
I see. Yes. Very good question. Yes, the breathing is based on actually phrasing. Why it's also very good to breathe because it's bringing us back to the phrasing, the importance of phrasing, which was actually 30, 50, 70 years ago the most important issue. I was speaking with older generation teachers, and they were telling me that not like today, it was much more important the role of phrase and the idea of colors and message of music more than how many false notes or technical issues. And as we went into digital world and all these corrections which is with it, all the chances that we can make wonderful recordings by cutting it as many times as we can and want, that's in somehow taking us away from the natural thing and bringing us into perfection. And perfection is very stressing because it's not really human. Yeah, we are imperfect. We are almost perfect or perfect in the imperfection. And what I would like is to bring back the original idea of the long phrase, and by this the emotional message, which cannot be so sudden and so tiny as one note, one single note. And I would make an order of what is important. So phrase is most important, and then all the details like which note. I would do phrase, rhythm, tempo in the first place, and also like which style, romantic, modern, baroque, or what kind of style are we doing? That should be the number one. And compared to that, after the details, like what do we do with one note? Is it a point on it or a tenuto? That should be a kind of like on a coffee, a little powder. Do we want on a very nice cappuccino still some more cinnamon powder or not? Well, if it's a great cappuccino, actually, cheers. If it's a great cappuccino, actually, I wouldn't like to have something which is destroying the original taste. It's like when you are playing very good baroque, then you don't really need vibrato even, or the better the basic things. But for this we have to identify again what is more important and what is less important. These days everything is important, and it's like a big mess in front of us, and it's blocking us. So what I suggest to everybody, try to make order of importance. So that would be the answer on your question concerning breathing.
Yes, and you tell our to this practice the up and the down. When the up, we are to outside to release the down, and this is basic to practice, right?
Yes, it's just simply because we are symmetrical creatures. So if we do a down bow, we are at least this. We are doing that movement. We are opening, welcoming. Give you a hug, a half hug. So then you cannot give a half hug. You give a complete hug.
Yeah.
And when you give a hug, you don't exhale. You inhale. You inhale. You desire. Inhale. Open your chest. And when you close, when you do an up bow, you go back to sleep.
Yeah. And may I ask, when we play the piece, sometimes it's a contract, the ball like maybe start up, we need to in that breath and the down. So maybe sometimes we also to practice this contracts the ball.
Yes, this is what also Fiachra was asking me, that once the feeling of the piece or the music requires another kind of breathing, because the problem also that we feel that inhale is a start, inhale is a romantic, is an opening, and exhale is a return, and it's a closing. But why we cannot relearn that and say that that it's opposite, that we give the possibility that inhale and exhale can be anything. It just depends on your emotion. You can inhale like very relaxed, and you can exhale like very emotional. It's possible. It's just unusual. Yes, it's very unusual, because normally we never really use our exhale, neither in normal life, only just to exhale. Or the inhale we don't use to speak. We don't speak like that. So we are not used to use our breathing. But what I'm suggesting is, don't have another musical idea, but try with the opposite breathing the same musical idea.
Yes, understand. And if we are maybe the faster the group, like 16 chord and da 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 da. So how to use this variety?
Yes. In that case, normally there is a few bars which is in general approaching to the frog. So it's da 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 da. But at the end, it's a down bow. It's a big down bow with some up bows inside. It's let's say 70% down bow and 30% up bow in it. It means that you're slowly exhaling, and like it would be a big up bow. So, but I'm all the time exhaling, because at the end, I'm turning like it would be one big bow.
For example, like a Tongjion, the beginning, da-di 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 da-di, da-di da-di.
I do an inhale. I keep inhale because I'm here. So this means full of air. Half full, empty. So I do exhale, inhale, exhale.
Could you?
Thank you, Máté. Just because we're running a little short on time, we should move on with our other questions. Lucy, is there something that you would like to ask Máté at this point?
Yeah, I was going to ask, outside of developing their musicianship, what skills do you think young musicians should acquire today?
I'm sorry, could you please repeat your question? I'm so sorry.
So like outside of developing musicianship and musical skills, in terms of playing, what other skills do you think young musicians should develop or acquire?
Okay. Yes, okay. It's very easy. I think that you should not ignore your personal needs. So don't go into this mistake that you are so much willing to be a good musician that at the end there is no time for your private life, there is no time for your physical condition, there is no time to sleep, or there is no time to eat normal, because you have to run with everything because you need to practice, or you need to, I don't know, be on the way. Don't forget and don't exclude yourself from your life, because by this you win much more, and it's much more durable, your musical life. This is what I see in all different levels of musicianship, is that when people regret something, is that they were too busy with music and too little busy with themselves, with their well-being. Basic, I'm not saying that you have to spoil yourself, I don't know, do 8 hours of meaningless things, but just the basic, that you care yourself, And so this would be my first and most important advice to musicians, because when you have a life, then you have much more feelings to tell. If you have no life, then you are actually creating artificial feelings, fictional feelings, which you are trying to put into your instrument. And that's less authentic, that's less organic, because it's not based on your personal life, because you don't have one. Yeah?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Máté. And Fiachra, any question from you, perhaps?
Yeah. What do you see the future like for music, given what's happened like in the past year and a half? I'm curious. Do you see any differences?
What will happen to music in 1.5 years?
No, just in the future. Just given everything that's changed in the past year and a half.
All right.
Yeah.
In the last 1.5 years. Well, so what's the? Okay, I think there is two choices of humans. Is or they realize what is value, and they wake up, or they go on the road that we went on, and then everything will be finished, I guess. So very logical. But I really hope that many people, because they are forced to rethink their lives, life just couldn't go on like until now. And I see many musicians, they were suffering so much, to travel too much, it was impossible to connect private life with musicianship. If you choose this, then you have to be like a kind of kamikaze, like fly into and die in it, and or this or bye. But now people realize that by staying at home with your beloved, doing sport, having more time for yourself and for your life and it doesn't mean that you are a worse musician. Actually, it comes back also the proof, like the long time ago when there were no digital device, there were no airplane, and there was no fast cars, that people were traveling weeks and months from one place to another. They were not bad musicians, right? I mean,
yeah.
If you see all that middle-aged people, or until the 19th century, we have the best musicians and best composers from that era. So what I believe is that we have to rethink this very speedy and very digital world that we live in, and return to our needs. We need time to ourselves, first of all, then we need time for each other. So we are able to give each other care, because when there is no time, there is also no care. When we don't take time, then there is just a very superficial hello and bye-bye, which is empty, and we feel alone. We have to take time, and when we take time, then it's like the ice cube is melting down again and getting water. Water is much stronger than an ice cube, right? So we have to believe in this, and then there is future. And I'm telling you this because you are the new generation, and all of you are fantastically talented and very individually great people, as I see. And I'm very happy to see that. I'm so happy to see that. Please don't destroy yourself by your own will, by following those traditions which are bringing to an end. Select out and filter those things which are good from our tradition and which are not. Leave them out, reform them, dare to do that. And I support all the young people in this direction, so they have a future, because they don't feel completely impossible with the situation. And then there will be a future, because then then the classical music will have a value again, and it will be less superficial and less trying to be perfect but uncomfortable. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, Máté. The questions that have come in on our social media channels are very similar, and mostly, obviously, what you've spoken about breathing and about well-being has obviously interested people very much. So the questions are all around those areas, and I suppose if I take the common themes from the questions, it is around the development of this in your own interest. So is this something that you became interested in at an early stage in your career, or was it something that continued later? Sorry, I'm just going back to one of the other questions. Yes, what inspired you to study this area and to realize its impact on your playing?
Yes, my PhD is starting actually with this. Is that I'm explaining how did I come on that idea? Is like I was just like most of our other musicians, hardworking and a good student. Who is following the great professor, and I was very thankful for that, and I was practicing like 6 hours a day or more. So I had some pain and fatigue, and then in one of our schools there was an option to have a Tai Chi lesson, and then the basic Tai Chi lesson is how you breathe with how you move. It was so efficiently helping releasing my pain, resetting, and after I could continue again practicing. But it was such a contrast between Tai Chi and viola playing. Viola playing was taking away my energy, making me tensed, even in some places because lack of some knowledge yet. And then the other one was healing me. And I was asking myself in the age of 20 around, how can I feel as good on the viola as I feel on the Tai Chi? Why is it? Why do it has to be like this? That I have to go to a massage or to a to relax and prepare again for this painful progress called viola playing. And then I realized that because there are some questions which still needed to be solved, and simply it's not enough to think about music only and quality and whatever, and to not forget ourselves in the meantime. Everything is getting more and more high standard and more difficult, so people very easily forget that when we are getting sick because of that, then everything is for nothing. And this is the question that I could pose, and then I started to see myself from outside. I started to feel, okay, it's very strange. Why do I breathe? Why do I inhale when I do this? Like, of course I have pain. So this is how it came, and it ended up into a dissertation, doctoral dissertation at the end. So and now this is also what I'm trying to teach, because this was helping me so much. I had many very, very stressful situations, like concerts. Imagine that you play solo concert with Berlin Phil. It's a very, very stressing situation. Okay, so what helps except music is a kind of approach that you are trying to balance your body in the meantime. So you have to be able to find a solution which you can do meanwhile viola playing. And this is what was bringing me to all that ideas that I was explaining you today.
Okay, that's an interesting insight into the development, and certainly I found it very interesting to listen to, and a very good use of of time, I think, in an online masterclass when sometimes there are challenges with some of the sound issues, etc. And so I think a very useful way of approaching today's masterclass. So thank you very much. That really sort of wraps up our session for today. We've come to the end of our allocated time. So I would just like to thank Máté Szücs very much again for being with us today and presenting such an interesting masterclass. And I'd like to also thank our three participants, Yuya, Lucy, Varney, and Fiachra Hora, for joining us. I've very much enjoyed hearing you play, and we look forward to hearing very much more from you in the coming years. Just like to remind everybody that our program of events with the International Master Course continues through today and through Saturday. Please go to our website, nch.ie, where you will be able to find the full schedule of events, and we very much hope that you can join us for many more of these. Thank you, Máté, and thank you to our participants, and we look forward to seeing you all soon again.
Thank you very much for the possibility.
Thank you.
And good luck for all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Máté.
Bye-bye.